Welcome back, everyone. At this time, I'd like to ask Mrs. Pearson for my closed meeting rise and report, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. Okay, so item number 1, council received information from Mr. Robert Gray, town solicitor, in relation to part lot 31 and 33, Plan 14, Eureka Street, Petrolia, with nothing more to report. Item number 2, the clerk has been authorized to issue confirmation to the resident that due to medical reasons, an exemption has been approved by council in relation to the animal control bylaw as applied for through the resident in relation to an emotional support therapy dog.
Thank you. So at this time, I'd like to ask for a mover and a seconder to put the motion on the floor regarding the exemption for the animal control. Moved by Deputy Mayor Field, seconded by Councillor Patel. I'll ask the clerk to read that motion, please.
And that is for the council of the town of Petrolia to approve the request for exemption as presented, and that the dog known as Bear the St. Bernard be able to remain at his residence at 546 Princess Street in regulations as established to the bylaw enforcement officer.
Thank you. Any discussion from council? All those in favor of that motion? Opposed? That motion carries. Okay, that'll take us now to the second opportunity for the public to address council. I'll ask, is there anyone here wishing to address council at this time? If not, we will move on to new and unfinished business. There is none. That'll take us to the consideration of the bylaws. I'll ask for a move. Oh, sorry. Councillor Welsh. Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It's too late for the agenda. In light of the events that took place in Petrolia this weekend, I was contacted by Crystal from Diversity Ed in Sarnia, and they would be happy to come and provide some sessions or workshops for the community on LGBTQ. I'm going to get it all wrong, all those letters, and allyship in the community. And they have some pre-done sessions that they can offer, but they can also develop something that's specific just for our community. And I'm hoping that we can do that. I am happy to, I know we have a facility here, but I am happy to cover the rental costs of the Lions Hall to provide that session for the community for whoever wants to come.
Thank you, Councillor Wilson.
Consider us being able to host something like that.
Okay, I certainly appreciate that. I just want to be clear. Do they charge a fee to come?
They do charge fees, but I'm not exactly sure that she would be charging a fee to come here. So that would be something we can work out with Diversity Ed.
Okay, if you can find that out. I don't know if we need a motion. I think if we could just give direction to Councillor Wells to proceed and come back with some further information. Is that okay? All right. Thank you, Councillor Wells. That'll get us now back onto the bylaws. I'll need a motion to have the bylaws read a first and second time. Moved by Councillor Clark, seconded by Deputy Mayor Field. Any discussion? All those in favor? That carries. And I'd like to have a motion to have the bylaws read a third time, signed, sealed, and numbered. I'll need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Councillor Patel, seconded by Councillor Clark. And I will ask the clerk to read those motions, please.
And that is that bylaw number 41 of 2024, being a bylaw of the corporation of the town of Petrolia to amend bylaw number 11 of 2024, a bylaw for the implementation of development charges in the town of Petrolia, be read a third time and finally passed. That bylaw number 42 of 2024, being a bylaw of the corporation of the town of Petrolia to confirm the resolutions and motions of the council of the town of Petrolia, which are adopted up to and including September 23rd, 2024, be read a third time and finally passed.
Thank you. And I just want to make a couple statements in regarding to the development charges. And I'll ask the CAO treasurer if I've got my numbers correct. But as far as the development charges for a single or semi, it's basically up $557. But the fee will remain unchanged for 2025. So I just want you to be aware. We had a fee that went into effect on August the 1st. And this one now brings it back, it goes up 557. And the idea was the province at one time, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Charlebois, stated that you could only move it up so much of a percentage each year. Well, then they threw that out. but I'll ask Mr. Charlebois just to speak to that, please.
Yes, through your worship, exactly correct what you just said. And the other thing that the province changed with their last amendment to the legislation was that studies such as the development charges study used to be you couldn't. It used to be you could always include it in the cost of your DC charge, and then they said you couldn't. And about I think 2 or 3 years ago, and then recently in the springtime they changed it that you can. So
Okay,
that's adding that in here, and some any other development type charges like a water study or wastewater study.
thank you, Mr. Charlebois. That's good. Is there any questions from council? Councillor Welsh?
So is this basically cost recovery?
Yes. And actually, and it's not, and for example, the studies that are planned and the cost, the DC charge one is 100%. That was 100% before, but all the other studies are 25% of the cost of the study.
Then is that us or? is
Yeah, that's actually,
Legislation.
that 25% is based from the consultant that we use. She's done quite a few of these, and that's the standard across sort of the province on studies like this, 25%.
Okay, any other questions from council? Okay, you've had the motion read. All those in favor of approving the bylaws? Opposed? That motion carries. I want a motion to adjourn, moved by Councillor Clark, seconded by Deputy Mayor Field. I just want to mention before I call the vote, we won't meet until the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So I want to wish everyone here, including the public and staff, happy Thanksgiving. All those in favor of adjournment? Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.